but to this point, since the first episode, since we had Andy Lee, Sam Doherty, your mum.
Bunny was good.
Yeah, Bunny was in here, your Rocky Road.
Well, I think this time last
Rocky
year, I hadn't... That's a pretty good Rocky Road. Well, this time last year, I hadn't been officially ruled out when we filmed the podcast, so it's probably
that's
similar.
true.
Well, that was
actually.
Good Friday, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
correct.
ahead of Good Friday.
But it's obviously a big week for the podcast.
Yeah. Of course, we'll start with our normal way of kicking off the podcast,
Yeah,
which
we'd
is
like some normality.
Harry's game, this or that, and then we'll get into the formalities.
This or that.
This or that this week, Rollo.
And I'm on a roll too. Rollo.
Rollo is rolling.
Flying.
Chari, Chari. I hope I pronounced that right.
Chari.
Yeah.
So is it a river that runs through the middle of Chad?
Oh,
Where's Chad?
Africa.
Yeah. Or a caramel and sandalwood scented candle from Glasshouse.
Oh, good one.
This is a good one, actually. So you wouldn't have come up with it then.
Thanks. Oh, come on, mate. I didn't, but
The brains trust down at the club. I hear there's like a spreadsheet getting built.
Yeah.
it's a serious
There's
operation.
a whole team dedicated towards it.
I'm locked in.
Go on then.
Candle.
I don't know, river.
Rollo is no longer on a roll.
No, is it the river?
Yeah, it's a river.
Damn it.
Oh, let's go.
All right, well done.
Yeah.
I
so-
needed that. I hadn't won.
You
on
needed that.
ages.
Yeah, you needed that.
Good start.
Good start. All right. 3,121 days since the two of you were drafted, November 24, 2015.
Is that right?
And that brings us to this Sunday night.
Yeah.
You've had 8 opportunities to play against each other. So I'll run you through them and you can tell us why.
But also, we weren't playing for the first 4 years.
Exactly. So 2016, 2017, 2018, neither of you played
Yep.
in the Carlton North Melbourne games. 2019, only Harry played.
Yep.
You were
Yep.
getting games by then, Ben?
I had a bad day.
In 2019?
I played the first 3 in 2019 and
Okay.
then got dropped and then didn't play for the rest of the year.
Not regular
I
games.
remember
Okay.
that was a tough day. I reckon that was prime Robbie Tarrant. I got smacked.
The 5th opportunity was in 2020, of course, the COVID year. Ben played. Harry, you
Oh, I
didn't.
told the story about that?
Did you
so-
have COVID?
No, so
This is
we had
good.
to test twice a year.
Yeah.
Twice a week, sorry. And that was when like COVID was like, you looked like you were an alien if you had COVID. So my test on the Tuesday morning or Thursday morning was a regular, which
That's
means
right.
like
Yeah.
it's not positive, it's not negative, it hasn't registered.
Yeah.
So halfway through like the warm up, I got like ripped off the track and said, "Get out of here."
You're a leper.
And so I had to go. We were staying at the RICV, and there's like a little oval there. So me and one of the development coaches went and did like a one-on-one session there, just have a bit of a kick and run, whatever. And towards the end of that, right at the end of the session, I went to kick and like hurt the fat pad in my knee,
Yeah.
and kind of like jarred it all up. It's like 2 days before the game, and then so I was laid out essentially.
So
I'm
you
trying to
would
get-
have played. The test came back and you would have fine.
Oh yeah, I wasn't positive or anything.
Yeah.
It was just I had to train at a different ground.
But you'd already gotten the tick to play for COVID
yeah,
reasons.
it was fine COVID
Yeah.
wise. I just thought my knee was bad.
That's
What a
right.
nightmare.
Yeah.
And an hour before the game, when the final teams were, you have to put them in.
Yeah.
We had our meeting. It was just on the hour, and Shorey moved Harry's magnet off to the side and said something. I can't remember what it was, but had a little go at you. But yeah, that was 2020. So
2020. Where was that game out of interest? Was it in Queensland?
It was
the
in
Gabba.
The Gabba. 2021, the 6th opportunity that both of you had been on lists. Ben played, Harry didn't.
Yeah, I had a fractured
there's a
foot.
common theme coming up here.
Well, mate, I had a fractured foot.
Yep.
I did.
Sure you did.
2022, Harry played, Ben didn't.
Shock.
I got that was a crazy one. I'd never been suspended ever in
Yeah.
any sport, and I got a 1 week suspension against Geelong.
And what was it
the
for
week
again?
before. I was going back with a flight, and I think Reece Stanley was coming the other way, and
Yeah.
I must have just clipped him high. So that was a pretty surprising one. I think the next day, it was down in Hobart on the Sunday, and we're playing Good Friday, and I got a call the next day saying, "You've been suspended," and I was like, "What for?" I just asked what for. I didn't realise what it was for, and then I messaged Harry saying, after they said they're not going to challenge it, I said, "You're not going to believe this, but I've been suspended." And he's like, "No, you haven't. Like, you just pulled my leg,
It's a
like,
prank.
this,
Yeah.
war of attrition." And then I was like, "Man, I promise you, I've been suspended." And that was crazy. I was like, oh my god, what is up with this? This is pretty phenomenal.
It's become a curse at
So
this point.
2022 was the weirdest one, I reckon.
Yeah, and then 2023, the famous bruised foot.
Infamous. Yeah.
The infamous bruised foot.
bruise.
We'd recorded a podcast, as we just discussed.
Yeah,
No, because you were out for ages. You missed the whole first 5 rounds, didn't you?
yeah. When I don't know when we played you guys, maybe round 3.
It
or
was
something.
Good Friday.
Round 3 or round 4, and I was playing round 5 or one of them.
Yeah.
So I'd always been pigeonholed to be the week after we played Harry. So
We have a couple of questions. We've had so many questions, an unprecedented amount that have come through. 2 of them relate to your foot, so we'll hear those first.
So it's just Dylan from Bendigo. We have a bruised foot again this week, so you're going to have to play on your brother. Cheers.
G'day fellas, Mason from Morwell. Just wondering how your bruised foot is, Ben. Go Blues.
Has it had another flare
We
up?
got them.
we were saying off air. This is quite funny. No flare up, thankfully, but
No flare up.
this is pretty gross. But my big toenail is like 3/4 of the way like dead, so it's not off yet. But it's just hanging on for dear life. So that's the only foot issue I've got at the moment. But
It won't keep you
me out. No way.
Well, not knowing Ben. Out with a toenail.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no stresses this year.
That's
thankfully.
good. So 8 opportunities to play each other. It's never happened. Just for context, Sam de Koning is 23 years old, and he's played his brother 3 times.
Right.
So it's not quite as
And I reckon
difficult.
in a couple of practice games, I reckon as well.
Probably.
Maybe even more, yeah.
So it is quite strange that it's never happened, but it is really exciting this weekend. So we are expecting the 2 of you to play on each other. And here is just a montage of some listener questions and observations about the upcoming King's Birthday Eve game.
Hi Ben and Harry, it's Joel from Blackburn.
Hi, it's Taylor from Brisbane.
Holly from Seabrook.
Hey boys, James from London here.
Hey guys, Julio from Bryson here.
Katrina from Launceston in Tasmania.
G'day, it's Cooper from Bacchus Marsh.
This is Maria from Ardia.
So Essendon versus Carl's on a big occasion in the footy world, and this may be bigger. Harry versus Ben.
I'm just wondering if you think you'll be matching up with each other on King's Birthday Eve.
Will you both be playing on Sunday in the King's Birthday Eve clash? I can't wait for the game.
Are you guys nervous to play against each other on the weekend?
Don's Carlton game next weekend. Will you both finally play against each other?
Harry, if Ben's standing the mark and you're going back for a set shot and you slot it, what's the celebration? Are you running straight into him? Are you giving him a little flyby? What's the plan?
Just wondering how you think your mum is going to cope watching you 2 play against each other.
Hey Ben, I know you're going to get it done this week. My question is for you. Surely, since you'll be on the number 1 forward, you'll be on Kurno this week.
Harry, how many goals are you going to kick this week on your brother?
Big H, how many goals are you going to kick against Little H? Sorry, Ben, up the baggers.
Go Blues.
Go Blues.
Go Bombers.
Go the Dons.
Go Blues.
Go boys.
Tracy at the end there.
Oh, a bit of a trace at the end.
Trace.
Outstanding.
Great montage.
That was pretty
Great
good.
montage.
Seemed like a lot of effort went into that.
I just jotted down some of them just so that we can tick them off. Are you going to line up against each other?
Don't know yet.
Well, yes, you obviously are.
Well, you're the coach, are you?
Yeah, I'll guarantee you are.
No, I don't. I honestly, hand on heart, I'm not sure yet.
Well, I hand on heart know that you will.
Oh, you know Brad Scott, do you, and Ben Jacobs, do you?
Obviously, you look at it. You'll be playing on me. That's just,
I don't
you always
know yet.
usually playing the tallest forward.
Not necessarily.
You do. So you'll be playing on me.
No, I don't know yet. It's either Kurno or you, and obviously we know in the common day you don't. It's not a one-on-one matchup for the whole game.
You wouldn't be able to play on Charlie. Too agile, moves too well. You couldn't do it.
Wow.
No,
Strong
seriously.
start.
What do you
You play, Rids will play on Charlie, which historically the last 3 years, or Laverde. Guarantee you put my house on it.
Lucky you don't
Wow.
know the house.
Well, I do, but
This is great.
who do you
All
reckon wins? What do you reckon of that matchup? Between, like, as an impartial will, what do you...
Between the 2 of you?
Yeah.
I think it'll be very even. I think you're the perfect matchup for each other.
Oh, funny that.
I really don't know. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. And a lot of it's, there'll be bad luck. You know, like
it's like any... Yeah.
Harry might get one out the back and then, you know, he might slip over and Ben takes an intercept mark. Like those kind of things happen.
Yeah.
I am
It's obviously-
so excited.
But as we said in the press conference today, like the modern game, you spend time on 5 different opponents. Like it's not obviously when you can get to a matchup, you can. But like in general play,
Yeah.
you're playing footy. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Obviously,
It is so exciting that this is the first one because, of course, you're both playing for huge clubs now and both clubs in really good form. It's the first time since 2013 that these 2 respective clubs have been in the 8. and played against each other.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, so there's going to be a huge
they
buzz.
They said today that for this stage early on in the week, they've already had the most amount of ticket sales ever.
Wow. Is that right?
Between a Carlton Essendon game, which has never happened before.
Yep.
Whose home game is it?
Essendon's home game. Yep.
Can you make sure the balls are kicked in, please? Seriously.
Yeah, no, that's probably a fair shout.
Yeah, fair shout. Are you nervous? More nervous, less nervous, the same?
You get nervous before every game.
Yeah.
You get nervous about things you care about.
Yeah.
So this week will be no different. It'll be, I think there's a little bit of an element of, you're just playing on your brother, so maybe there's a bit of a backyard kind of
element
to it. But I know to be political for a second, obviously there's a huge, going to be a story about me and Ben playing against each other, but there's so much more like in terms of how we play as a team and what your role is in with that, and really all that matters is that we get the 4 points and play well as a team.
Of course.
And that sounds probably a bit straight back, but it's honestly the truth. But,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, there's always going to be a fun element. I think hopefully we can both, and we've said this before, probably the start of this year, but I feel like we're in a better space maturity-wise where we can probably enjoy it a bit more and see it for what it is, and enjoy the whole occasion of it and have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this before, but mum and family, are they wearing 2 scarves?
I think Mum said last week that she'd probably rock the double scarf.
Yeah,
which makes
she'll
sense.
ham it up. There's no doubt.
I think this is
Donna Kelsey it.
Yeah.
This is Mum's grand final without a doubt.
Yeah.
So she's prepping herself for a big run.
Mum's with Mike's, of course.
Yeah,
if you want to hear her take.
Of course.
Yeah,
Harry, how many goals are you going to kick? Just whatever the team requires me to do.
Yeah,
play my role.
Play the role. Straight back.
And we heard about the celebration question. We've also got 2 more questions about your celebration if you do kick a goal, Harry.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Michaela from Sydney, and I have a question for Harry. I was just wondering if you're finally going to do the 32-goal celebration this weekend against Essendon.
Hey Ben and Harry, my name's Andy from Hobart. Is Harry going to do zoomies when he kicks a goal against Ben this weekend? And if Ben scores a mark of Harry's, how will he celebrate? Cheers, boys.
I might just do a small 32.
Spoil celebrations. That's fun. In the NFL, defensive acts are like huge for celebrating.
They would do that 100%.
I don't really do zoomies, so I'm not sure what that means. But
well, you do. Don't deny that.
You're a zoomie guy.
You're a zoomer.
I don't know what celebration I'll do yet. Maybe, might have to bring out the 32.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure.
Whatever you do, don't rub my head. I hate when people do that.
Well, then, do you reckon if you said if you don't like that?
Well, it's just a bad look in general. I think it's a horrible look.
It's a touch arrogant if you walk over and touch Ben's head.
I've seen it happen before, and it makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't want too many rubs on the head either.
No, that's right. Why do you reckon Harry's wearing a beanie today?
Just support MND.
Support MND, yeah.
Yeah. You want to go that one again?
Lily also had a question.
Hi boys, it's Lily here from Richmond. I was just wondering if you boys were going to do a Guernsey swap at the end of next week's game. Good luck, boys. Go Bombers.
That's fun.
Guernsey swap.
We saw Cripper do one with Zach Fisher.
Oh, Fisher.
On,
did he?
Good Friday.
Yep.
Hawkins and Rewalt did one last
year.
year.
Yeah, that's right. They're pretty rare.
Pretty rare. I wouldn't have thought so.
Oh, yeah. That's not something I had in mind. But
you're not big, like, look at me, top operators.
No, I wouldn't.
I think they're reserved for the champions of the game.
Yeah, you get to a point where you're allowed to. And then Crips and Fisher, that's a bit of fun.
I don't hate the idea, but it's probably just not in our repertoire.
You also don't really care about each other's jumpers.
What am I going to do with his number 32 jumper? Give it back to him probably.
Post game.
Mike had a question for you, Ben.
Hi guys, it's Michael here from Carlton North. I'm going along to the game on Sunday, and I'm that excited about it. I'm seeing both the teams going really well at the moment. I just have a quick question for Ben though, and I love the tactical side of the game. So I was wondering if you'd be able to tell me the Bombers' exact game plan against the Blues. I presume you've watched a fair bit of us over the most recent of time, having followed, obviously, Harry. If you could take us through it all step by step, that would be absolutely amazing. I think everyone would find that really interesting, especially me. So, go Baggers.
Great question, Mike.
You know who Mike
Mike.
sounds like?
Yeah.
He's very familiar. He sounds like Michael Voss a little bit.
Doesn't he?
Might just be me. I'm
No,
not
I didn't
sure.
hear that.
What a coincidence.
I couldn't hear us. So do you want to give us the game plan?
Well, I won't, but
Mike asked for it.
Yeah.
we can't say yes to everything, but I appreciate his enthusiasm to the game. It
Yeah.
sounds like he's a keen.
Sounded like an avid fan.
Yeah,
Mike.
didn't he?
Yeah. He's a
Appreciate the
student of the game.
Student.
Can't give away everything, Mike, but we'll do our best to knock him off on Sunday. But thanks for the question.
Oh, that's unreal. MJ told me he didn't tell me who it was. He said you'll enjoy Mike from
That was great.
Vossy, that's outstanding.
That's pretty
However,
good. That's a good get, mate.
How'd that come about? That's awesome. And Harley also has a question before we move off this subject.
G'day gents, Ali from Narry Warren here. Caught that virus that's going around Melbourne at the moment. Thought it'd serve as a reminder for the boys to keep their immune system boosted this week. So a bit of ginger, lemon, turmeric in your tea at night works a treat. Please no late outs. Ben, walk around with steel toe boots if possible. No bruised toes this week. And go Blues.
He's preempted the toe.
He's all over it, Harley.
Bloody hell, Harley.
It's
It
great,
is a
mate.
good reminder though.
I'm a bit
Because
Ben does sound a bit
coffee,
sick,
yeah.
actually, doesn't he?
that
Sick
virus
last
that went around the Bombers.
Yeah, a few staff members had COVID, and then there was just like the common cold that a few boys had. So, a few guys had it, but it didn't impact the game or anything. So.
Yeah. Oh wow. It feels very real now. But yeah,
I'm
bubble wrap.
feeling good, by the way.
We need
Immune system wise.
6 days of bubble wrap from you two. You're not going to.
How far would you be if there was a late out?
Oh, I'm half expecting it. I don't know which one.
It'll be such a letdown.
It'll be such a
It's as
letdown.
close as it's been probably ever.
If
It's gonna happen.
it doesn't happen this one, then I don't think it'll ever happen. I think it's cursed.
It would be a letdown, a massive letdown.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, you've gone down Media Street. You're outside
you
the
feel like
MCG with about
feel like
50
an
members of the media there today.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Now let's go backwards because we should discuss the most recent games. Let's start with Ben because it's the flat note. Of course, the loss to the Suns up at People First Stadium.
Yep.
Tough road trip.
Do you say, sorry, is it People's First Bank Stadium?
No, it used to be Heritage Bank.
But they're a bank, aren't they? People's First.
People First, are they?
I think it's Eubank, isn't it?
It's not Eubank.
No, I was reading the logo and I was
No,
thinking about this yesterday.
It's very similar to Eubank. It looks very similar to Eubank.
As I'm doing that, just do you want to run?
Oh, sorry. Obviously the game was disappointing in the end, but felt like it was a game of momentum swings. Like our first quarter was really good, really consistent, had the game on our terms, and then Gold Coast, were really on top in the second quarter. They smashed us, and then again the third quarter, I thought we were on top, and our ability to control the footy and sort of have the game in our front half was good, but. And the last quarter was even, but they just took their opportunities more than we did.
Yeah.
And, they played their conditions really well. And they were probably, I felt like they were a bit more consistent to each other and predictable to each other. We were a little bit here, there, everywhere at times. So, and they obviously, got some really good players and they're going to be there or thereabouts. So, I think the overall theme from after the game, Brad, was pretty positive and we won a lot of key metrics, which is important. We probably wasted some inside 50 looks a bit too much, not as clean a look as we'd like, but the overarching theme was disappointing, but still wasn't a horrible game by any means. So we ultimately put ourselves in a position to win the game, with 5 minutes to go. So that was probably the first time this year we've been sort of behind trying to win the game. We've been in a lot of situations where we've been on the other side of the fence on that. So that was a good experience to have our structures and our methodology to try and win the game for the first time out on stage. So although it's disappointing, I thought it was a decent game of footy.
Yeah, they're in the 8 now. Like you've travelled away to a team that's in the 8. It's a very tough road trip. So
yeah, and they play those conditions. It was very sticky and dewy as we expected. So we probably tried to create a few opportunities where it wasn't there. We could just take our medicine and reset. But they're very diligent in those conditions, and ultimately we're too good.
Are you happy to talk about the 50? You would have been in the vicinity.
I didn't even realise what was happening, to be honest, because I was deep inside their 50. Without being too controversial, it's a tough one. I mean, Jaden was chasing the ball, and I dare say he probably didn't even realise whose free kick it was. He wasn't trying to waste time.
Yeah.
He's not the type of player, and he's not that silly to waste time in that time of the game, if any. So it was just a common mistake of throwing the ball back to the wrong person. I think the player he threw it to was the original tackler, and then someone else got die second time. So,
and also
he was
calling for it. The player was calling for it as well.
It was cheeky.
Those are the ones where as Ben said, and we spoke about this last week. There was no ill intentions. There was no trying to malice. There was no time delay. It's like,
Not at all.
yeah, do you play the technical rule book, or do you just play the game a little bit and just have common sense?
The feel, yeah. Just frustrating on the wrong end of one there, which was
and
disappointing.
We know the umpires do a fantastic job, but
of course,
yeah, it's so hard because there's so much grey in our game.
But secondly, the umpire would say, "Well, he gave the ball to the wrong person."
it
of
was
course,
the rule.
It was the rule, but
Technically, he's right. Yeah,
there's a bit of common sense that we need to probably start thinking about as an industry.
And do you want to talk us through that barrel with a minute 30 seconds left?
I think there was only 30 seconds.
No, there was a minute 30 left.
No, I think it was less.
I was watching it.
It was under a minute.
It was over a minute, I guarantee you.
I think the game was cooked at that point.
Well,
You're 2 goals down.
It wasn't my finest moment, but I thought there was 30 seconds left because the minute sign had been up for a long time at that stage. So I looked over and I thought there must be 20 seconds left. And my thought process was obviously, get distance, and obviously mucked up the kick. Yeah, it wasn't my finest moment, but if I had my time again, I would have probably, looked to control the footy. But no, the boy said after the game, you did the right thing. We need to get the ball as far as close to. I mucked up the kick. Skill error.
It's more like the chance of actually hitting a good barrel that goes 55 metres versus a drop punt that goes
correct.
50 is
No,
always.
I'm putting my hand up, and yes, I missed the kick. So, but anyway.
Yeah, is that how you did your tone? Your tone?
No, it was done before that.
On a more positive note, from a Ben and Harry perspective, Carlton.
Yeah.
One of your best wins of the year. I mean, you've
I
had
agree.
some rippers, but
no,
geez.
it was a terrific win. Probably in terms of an interstate win goes over the last few years, and even my career, that's right up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Career?
Well, we've never won in Adelaide. I've never beaten an Adelaide team in Adelaide. Thursday night, big game, and they're obviously playing some good footy, so it was fantastic. I thought. Really, I thought we were, in control of the game for majority, and then it was pretty even, but we were quite happy with how we were playing, and then our ability to kind of put the foot down, and a second week in a row where we can kind of wear teams down and then go whack late.
Yeah,
is a really good sign. So, no, it was a really fun game to be part of. Those interstate games where you have to build your own energy are often the most enjoyable, I reckon. So, terrific night, great fun, and it was nice to have a bit of a longer break now because that was off 5 days as well. So it was really quick turnaround. Didn't have much time to think about it.
Yeah,
and it was really good weekend.
You've got some incredible teammates, but seeing someone like Patrick Cripps in that last quarter, sometimes you just go like, "Gee whiz, this bloke is killing it at the moment."
Yeah, he just out of nowhere just turned it on.
Yeah,
like within a 5-minute patch, and he was everywhere there and kicked a couple of goals, gave a couple off, and I think that's always a mark of the great players where in big moments they don't necessarily do anything out of the ordinary, but just execute really well, and he did that and stood up well.
Yeah,
so well done, Rick.
Great win.
Yeah,
really good. And that, it was a arm wrestle the whole night, and then the last quarter, just everyone fired.
Yeah,
it must feel like. Do you feel like this is the most confident you've been in a season? Because this point last year, things weren't looking very good, but we're nearly at the bye. One more game until the bye for both of you.
Yeah, I think there's no secret. We've had a really, really solid draw, in terms of toughness. It's been really hard playing teams in really good form, and top of the ladders kind of thing. So we've taken a lot of confidence out of the fact that we've been able to match or beat majority of those teams. So, there's nothing guaranteed in footy at all, but we know that if we keep on playing the way we've been playing over the last couple of weeks, then we're going to be held in really good stead. And it's exciting to be, knocking on the door. I don't know where we are in the ladder. Are we?
I think you're 5th.
Right.
But geez, it's
to be around that top 5,
everywhere.
top 4 mark at this time of year it's a good start.
Yeah. And that's why it's such an enormous game this weekend for both clubs, regardless of your brother playing.
Spot
It's
on.
so exciting. You had the press conference today at the MCG, as we just said before. We should mention Fight MND because this game, it hadn't really occurred to me, but it is, of course, playing a huge
King's
role.
Birthday Eve, yeah.
King's Birthday Eve.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, we've had a bit of fun about playing each other, but something like an amazing cause like the Fight MND is a huge part of this game, and it'll be amazing to see as many blue beanies in the stands as possible.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get 95,000 there.
Yep.
The biggest home and away crowd ever between Carlton and Essendon is 91 or 2. So, hopefully we can beat that. Have a sea full of blue beanies, and we had Beck down her there today. She was just a lovely person, and obviously doing some amazing work in that space. So, kind of encourage everyone to buy a beanie, donate where they can, and get behind a great cause.
Yeah, no, well said.
It's awesome. And there'll be, of course, a sea of blue beanies the next day as well. So it's just two opportunities.
It's a pretty incredible weekend.
Yeah.
And the Monday game as well. So
Yeah.
cool to be a part of.
Here is a clip of you, Harry, from the press conference talking about the holding the ball interpretation that we saw rolled out last week.
Which one of you does the new interpretation of the holding the ball rule favour when you're up against each other?
Probably neither, to be honest. I don't get too many ground balls, and Ben doesn't lay too many tackles, so probably neither of us really. Did you?
You obviously weren't watching very closely.
No. I just saw that barrel you tried with 2 minutes left.
You won't talk about that.
Not sure what you were thinking, but anyway. Yeah, not sure.
We're saying grumpy, don't we?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just having a fight in front of the media scrum. I love it.
Yeah, it's a bit funny.
Another topic that I thought might be interesting, we were just talking about it before, but we've seen Harley Reid and Sam Darcy both receive 2-week suspensions, which means that the two favourites for the Rising Star are now ineligible. How does that sit with you?
I personally don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're obviously great players, and it's not the Brownlow. It doesn't need to be the Brownlow. It doesn't need to be on the same wavelength in terms of the process around who's ineligible, who's eligible. So from where I sit, I don't think it's required. Obviously, they just should be the best player. I think it takes the shine off the award a little bit. So
Yeah, I think it doesn't have any bearing on whether you're suspended or not. Shouldn't take away from the fact that you're the best first-year player.
Yeah.
I mean,
young player, whatever.
Your penalty is missing the 2 games, 4 games, whatever it is, and not being able to perform. That's your penalty in terms of the award, and not being able to perform. So,
especially
I'm against it.
Not condoning what they did, but the ease in which you can get suspended in today's game through a lot of it's protecting the player, which we love and it's great, but it's way more common to be suspended now.
Yeah.
For not necessarily malicious acts. So I think it probably is time to revisit some of those finer details around the wards and if you're being suspended or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
It's a shame. They're clearly, the two favourites for the award. It's disappointing that they're not going to win it. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be someone very deserving that does win it instead.
If you listen on Apple, guys, as well, please leave us a review. And on Spotify, hit the bell. So
how eager was he?
Yeah, we hadn't even finished
Cut me
talking.
off.
He's gone 2. We've encouraged him to be more.
You were dying.
I was dying. I was losing momentum, but I just wasn't expecting it.
We've encouraged him to be a bit more forthright with it, but that was a fraction too early, probably.
Waiting, no. Oh, excellent. Wayne from Warragul, we always love. Here he is.
G'day, fellas. It's Wayne from Warragul here. How are we, boys? Yeah, fantastic. My God, what an occasion it is this weekend, boys. Been looking forward to this for a long time. On the streets of Warragul, I've been saying that this will go down as one of the great sporting moments they're likely to ever see, and everyone gets confused. They're like, what are you talking about, Wayne? Are you not talking about Roland Garros, are you? Or the Cricket World Cup? I say, no, I'm talking about 2 of the biggest spuds that ever come out of this dump. Finally playing against each other after all these years. It's been well talked about, and they love it. They absolutely cannot wait, and so can't I. And, gee, it's tough to get a ticket. I've been fighting hard to get one, but I can't seem to get one, so I was wondering, Benny, is there a spare seat on top of that big head of yours, or has TDK booked that out for this weekend? Anyway, boys, all the very best. Punch each other's heads in. I can't wait. And Harry, I hope you kick 15. Cheers, boys.
What did you say at the end there about me? I missed that bit. You were laughing too hard.
Oh, sorry. I don't know which bit.
TDK is going to be sitting there.
I didn't hear what he said. There you go. I thought he said Jamie Elliott. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny, but
that's what he was referring to. That in the past you have.
Yeah. What I'm Wayne.
Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah, it'd be big news back in Warragul, I'm sure. On the streets of Warragul with Wayno.
Wayno. Twinners and losers time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a treat.
and losers.
I hate cheese.
Oh my God. You got any of those donuts left, actually?
Oh, yeah.
I think MJ was getting
pretty
some.
good.
So-
MJ went.
He actually was.
MJ was. Oh, you got him here?
He was getting some Collingwood one setting, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They were quite tasty, to be fair.
We should mention Daniel's Donuts.
Yeah, they are the very
Ben,
good
the
donuts.
ambassador.
Ben, the ambassador.
Yes.
Are you still the ambassador?
I don't think so. I think my time with them.
Your time has
Shortest
expired.
ambassador role ever.
I did enjoy my my time with them. And they did a very good job. So
Your week is the face of donuts.
yeah, it was a short stint, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We're
great.
actually walking to the airport, and there's a Daniel's Donuts at the airport.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, just
There is, yeah, there is.
There's
I've seen
56
it.
stores across.
They're not paying you, mate.
Above and beyond Rollo. I'll
Oh,
go
that's
first.
great.
You can visit danielsdonuts.com.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There's
Harry
a
gets
craft.
it.
I'm chasing the new ambassador
Yeah,
role.
yeah. It just goes back between you two every week. All right,
great.
Harry's first up.
My twinner this week. Now I'm not obviously we always like to watch what we eat and eat healthy, but as a bit of a treat, tried the Caramilk Marvelous Creations chocolate.
Oh,
unbelievable!
so that's got like little popping things inside. It's got
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like-
marshmallow and
Yep.
it's almost like Ben's Rocky Road.
Yeah, a better version.
Better
kind
version.
of, yeah.
Wow.
So
Don't know
if you're
if
looking for a bit of chocolate to have a bit of a treat some stage this week, I recommend the Caramilk Marvelous Creations.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
No, I like it.
No,
That's
it's
all right. It's
no,
good.
yeah.
It's
It's not here or there. My twinner was I caught up with the next team at Charlie Lazara up in Gold Coast. They were staying 100 metres away from where we were in Broadbeach. So
Yeah, nice.
It was a nice little coincidence that we were next to each other and got a coffee on Sunday morning and caught up. So yeah, it was just
But
nice to see a familiar face.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
short and sharp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good one for
It's
everyone to relate to.
Pretty genuine. Like
Yeah.
catching up with people, you know. Yeah, that is a pretty common one.
We were staying near a mate and like
Yeah, we caught up. It was a nice coincidence to
Well, yours
take
was-
your mind off the game. Yours was chocolate,
yours was
mate.
chocolate.
Everyone
Come
can
on, mate.
relate to chocolate.
No, you know Andy McGrath does not eat chocolate. Did you know that?
Is that right?
He hates it. Yeah,
Just out of
Just-
the taste.
I think so. Yeah, he's
Wow.
never eaten it.
Strange.
That is strange.
It's not a bad habit not to have.
No,
though.
you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Losers. My loser this week, obviously off a travel week, it's just the discrepancy in what the protocols are going into customs in Melbourne versus different states. So in
Yeah.
Melbourne, right, don't have to take your laptop off. No,
Oh.
you can leave your watches on.
Yeah.
No drama straight through. In Adelaide, deodorant cans out, laptop out,
Yeah.
watches off, everything out of your bag. So it's like, how can there be so much
Yeah.
discrepancy? I don't get it.
Like umpiring. All we're asking for is
It's
consistency.
consistent.
Yeah.
that's a great call. We were having a discussion at the airport last night as well
About that.
about that thing. Like, how can it be so different at one airport
Yeah.
compared to the next? So
On
it's fascinating.
I'm naming a rival podcast, but the sounding board with Hutchie and Damo. Hutchie's huge on this. And
Right.
he has been for years. Just give us one rule, laptops in or out. What are we doing with our belts? Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It's a nightmare.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
And they get angry at you too.
Yeah,
like
just
you should
relax.
know.
Yeah, just relax.
Yeah, it's
They
ridiculous.
always are quite on edge, those
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, good call. Mine's sort of airport related as well. We flew home straight after the game, and it's traffic related as well. But
Yes,
It's air
we're-
traffic
we're
related.
back. We're back.
our flight was delayed. Like, we were running really late to the airport because there was roadworks all across Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So our operations manager had to call up Virgin and say, we're running significantly late here. Like, we're going to have to stall the plane. So we were under the pump a bit, and there was traffic everywhere, roadworks. So we're under the pump. So yeah, it was not ideal. So it was pretty stressful. Like,
Yeah.
there was like 60, 70 people that were going to potentially miss a flight, and it was the last one out for the night. So I'm glad we got on.
That is stressful.
Stressful.
But you got there on time.
Not on time. No, they delayed the flight for us.
Right.
So yeah, it was big going on. So that was my loser, just the traffic and
Right.
Traffic on the way to the airport is terrifying.
it was terrifying, and it was roadwork. So yeah, not ideal. Yeah. Why do you look like you're gonna laugh? I know you.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I don't believe that. Anyway, what's yours, Rollo?
I have adopted recently because I like to have a strong flat white, but then if I feel like a second coffee, just getting a little piccolo, just a little, almost like a
You're on
half flat white.
white. I'm on flat whites as well now, by the way.
Oh, really? From your
Yeah, yeah.
cappuccino?
No, I was just a
Mocha, was it?
strong skinny latte.
Strong skinny latte.
So
that
I got
was
a
it.
strong skinny flat white now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Why is that?
Don't know. They went nailing the strong skinny latte at my cafe, and then I made the change, and they've been pretty good. So
You had to coach them a bit.
yeah, I did.
It's
Yeah. got the whiteboard out.
Yeah, nice.
So you just like
Coffee.
the
Just having like a mini, just like a half flat white.
not as much milk.
That extra
still get the
kick.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
you're on your piccolos.
I'm a piccolo guy.
You
Did I get
you
you
can
into
get
that?
a strong piccolo.
Yes, correct.
Oh, really? That'd
Mm.
be a punch to the
That's
face.
close to mine next order, I reckon, because I strong latte, but then quite often I get 3/4 strong latte, so there's less milk.
Yeah.
And quite often I get a magic as well.
Yeah, I like a magic.
Magic's good.
But then maybe even to less milk again.
Well, this is
double shot piccolo.
This is good insight. We've got I think I mentioned earlier in the year we got a guy who's got a coffee machine barista at the game. So if I normally get that 2.5 hours before the game, I'll get a strong piccolo before the game. I don't want to have too much milk, but get enough caffeine in there. So
there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good insight. That is good insight.
No,
I was
good,
actually
mate.
curious. I didn't mean to take the
close
piss.
to giving up, mate.
I didn't mean to take the piss.
Seriously.
Question
That's
time.
the insight we love on this podcast.
Well, you don't give me any, so yeah.
On your order to the. No, yeah, well done, mate. DMs.
We got more questions, unbelievably. So we got 5 more to get through. We got Bella from Q.
Hi, I'm Bella and I'm from Kew. So I go for Carlton and the rest of my family all go for Essendon. I was just wondering if you have any advice about watching this weekend's game together. Thanks.
Nice.
Maybe
families that are split up with footy teams, I
Is there a
find.
chance to potentially watch it in separate rooms, maybe?
Yeah.
Bella? Because
But then if Essendon kick a goal or Carlton kick a goal, you want to rub it in the
so I reckon
other team's
maybe
face.
see how the game's panning out, and then if hopefully when Carlton are on top, maybe Bella can come and rejoin that room and just kind of smugly sit there and just.
But isn't the whole point when you're watching with people against the opposition team to rub it in, like when they score a goal or whatever? Isn't that the whole
I
thing?
cannot watch footy with people, unless I'm at the game, but
Really?
people who aren't supporting the team I am. I find it infuriating.
Right.
For that prelim last year, I had a no Carlton rule in my house. I was just like, if you're supporting Carlton, don't be near me.
Right.
But I don't know. When it's your family, it's hard.
Yeah,
You don't want to be outnumbered. You don't want to be 1 versus 10.
Yeah. Or you do, because then you get
Or
to
you do, correct. That's why. Yeah, it's a fair question.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Bella,
that actually is a good question, yeah.
You're in a pickle there. If Carlton start going down, I'd disappear personally.
Inevitable.
I'll bite my tongue. I'll stay political.
Good. Joel has a question.
G'day boys, Joel from Carisbrook here. I just want to start off by saying I've noticed Spino doesn't seem to mind how people are saying go Bagels or go Dons now that it got more people coming in saying go Dons.
Yeah,
Just
oh.
interesting, pick up.
Been-
Anyway, quick question. Do you think the State of Origin should return?
Oh,
wait, just
When have I ever said that I'm all of a sudden
calm down.
Because it used to annoy you when it was only Carlton fans. Now it's
I still prefer if you just didn't say go Dons, go.
Oh,
Dons.
that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Why? It's good.
I've never said that. Now all of a sudden there's a few more Essendon
It's a great point,
supporters.
Joel. He
No.
has
When
changed his
did
tune
I ever
out.
say that?
But your attitude.
Do your research, Joel. What are your name?
Whoa.
Oh, seriously. Well, I actually met Joel the other night. I was about to say. Joel from Carisbrook, he always does the hypotheticals.
He does. And he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him at like a sportsman's night on Friday.
Oh,
night.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
So well done, Joel. Shout out to you, mate.
Shout out to Joel. State of Origin.
Yes, if they. I'm
What's
not
the
sure
que- so what was
exactly.
the question? I missed-
would you want
For
State of
AFL?
Origin? Yeah.
I think some representative footy would be really cool. Don't know how logistically it would work.
There's no perfect place in the calendar. is
And like we're probably. I know State of Origin worked for so long. It's been means so much to everyone to play for your state.
Yeah.
And like that's nearly the priority over your league, over the club.
In league,
In
yeah.
NRL,
it
it
is,
to be
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you
Was
disappear from your club for like
Yeah.
7 weeks.
But I just couldn't see that happening in AFL ever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it used to be like that, didn't it?
Yeah, but it never had the same kind of prestige as because there's too many states that want a piece of the pie.
True. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
But it would be fun in theory.
Oh,
wouldn't
it's cool in theory. It'd be
Pulling
great.
on the
Well,
big
you're
V.
right. Like what makes State of Origin so good is that everyone cares about it. It's the biggest thing. It overrules
Yeah.
NRL, just club games. So until you get to that point, that would take time to build.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't, but yeah, it'd be hard for clubs to let go immediately. I think
Oh.
when it doesn't really have that same meaning behind it as NRL.
Unless there's a state industry-wide buy and you play it on that week, maybe. But then it's always about the injury. Like you don't want to really crack in and get injured for no real purpose.
For no purpose, yeah. Imagine if your 4 best players are all missing this weekend. It'd be brutal. It happens in league every year.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do their clubs say about it though? They just say,
they
well,
just-
that's part of it.
Yeah, just cop it on the chin.
It's probably good they have Origin players playing for their club anyway. Like that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't that someone said? I don't know who it was, but it's a pride. Billy Slater said it. It's a pride thing. Like they, it's it's something to be proud of in terms of if your players are playing State of Origin, you're playing at the highest level, and you can bring that back, and it's experience, and
They're representing our
club, and it's the biggest occasion, biggest atmosphere. So it's actually enhancing their performance.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Anyway,
Bryce has a question.
G'day lads, Bryce from Bairnsdale. Can't wait for Harry to bring home the Mackay Cup and the Rollo medal this week.
Yes.
Just wanted to know, lads, for your final show this year, would you guys consider doing a live podcast with a bit of an audience?
Oh.
Cheers, lads. Go Blues.
I did flag this.
Great
Did you?
question,
Do you remember
Bryce.
that?
No, I don't.
Where I mentioned that this little area here could be sectioned off and we can do a live show.
You wouldn't do it right here. You could fit, 6
But
people?
no, I flagged the idea.
Who's going to sit? One person on that chair.
Barely fit MJ.
No, actually, I can't
MJ's a live audience.
I can't get a word in with these two. Seriously. I said I flagged the
You wouldn't do
idea
it
at the
here.
start of the year that we could
Yeah.
get people in and
Yeah.
witness live. But I love the idea.
No, but it's more you'd have it at like
More at a pub or
a
something.
pub or like a.
God, you didn't understand what I was saying. But
No,
anyway,
I didn't.
I said I've flagged the idea of a live show before.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we've something to look at for sure. I reckon it's a good idea.
It's a fun idea.
It's a great idea, yeah.
Back on another good point, Bryce made was around the Rollo medal. So what are we
Yeah.
saying is who gets the Rollo medal? What's the criteria?
Yeah, we mentioned this the other week, didn't we?
So are we saying, am I picking who was individually best?
Yeah, but not just like kicks, marks, hammers. Like we want something like a little, bit,
Impact.
little bit different, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like
And then
celebrations.
Celebrations. There'll be criteria. I'll
Okay, so you can think about it.
yeah,
I'll like the Rollo medal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boots,
who's aesthetically
presentation,
looking good, like who's got a fresh haircut, maybe.
screen time, fresh haircut. Yeah, great. I'll have criteria and we'll go through and give the votes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dylan had a question as well.
Lads, leading into King's birthday, had a bit of fire in the belly at the pub. Got in an argument with a Don supporter, and I said there is no way that Harry is smaller than Ben. I swore last year on the AFL app that Harry was 204. Opened it up, and Ben is 202, Harry 200.
So sure
Please rectify this, or tell me if that is correct. Go Blues.
Go Blues.
No, you're spot on, Dylan. I think usually in the app I'm 200. I'd say I'm about 204, 205 centimeters.
Yeah.
But randomly, I think this year they just changed it back to 200.
Weird.
Which is weird.
That is pretty strange, yeah.
Yeah.
And they got rid of the weights as well.
Yeah.
Where did that sit with you? Do you care if your weight is listed?
No,
No, I couldn't care less. It's not even right.
It's
They
not
don't
even
They don't
right.
even know my weight.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, your weight changes almost every day. Like,
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
So just to confirm, Harry, you're
I'm
2
tall. I'm
centimeters
taller than Ben. Yeah, just.
Oh, yeah?
You would always know. And Ben's got a bad posture as well. He hunches over like a hunchback. So. No, that's true.
Jeez,
As you say, I'll be political and bite my tongue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well
what's that? What's the argument to that? Do you have a bad posture? I'll send you one.
No, I don't.
Thanks, Dill.
And James from London, the final question.
Jimmy.
Hey boys, James from London here. Just quickly, I didn't know if you knew, but if you go onto Harry's Wikipedia page, one of his nicknames is actually The Grinch, which I thought was quite funny. Go Blues.
And then we've
love
looked it
that.
up, and there it is. Nicknames: H, Big H, Feathers, Grinch. So it's official.
Oh, that's made my day.
The
That's
Grinch.
brilliant. And the Grinch show.
And speaking of the Grinch, so we've got the Rollo medal, but then MJ had an idea that the loser of the game next week.
Game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the club that loses.
Yeah.
The respective player, Ben or Harry, would have to wear the Grinch hat for the episode of the Ben and Harry podcast. Are we
Love
happy? Are we happy to accept?
The Grinch
Are we happy to accept that you have to wear this green?
Yeah, I'm all
Grinch
in.
hat.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a quick look up.
You may
close
as well
to
just
it.
keep it, man, for the week.
Yes.
It's not.
It's
not
still, I
stuck
mean,
on the right.
It's make do.
I mean, production value's on high. Are we happy to shake on it?
Yeah. Yep. Who might? Is it? Yep.
Grinch hat.
Well, who else would
Yeah.
check on it?
Yeah, shake me.
Shake Rollo. I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah.
Nice.
No.
Great app, boys.
Yeah, that is a good app.
Insta and TikTok at Ben and Harry Podcast. That's where all these DMs were sent.
Yep.
Please get in touch. Leave us a review on Apple. Huge game.
Are you going? You'll be there?
Maybe I will. I hadn't actually thought about it.
Surely
I
you'd be
have
there.
every intention of watching and watching the replay again, so I can give my votes for the Rollo medal. But
I think you'd be there live.
yeah, maybe I'll go because you got to see it. You got to see
it
it
live, yeah.
with your own
Yeah,
eyes.
you got to
so-
see what's going on off the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll find my way there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good
If you
man.
need a ticket, think Ben's got a couple of spare.
How have you like?
No, we can get you a ticket if you need.
Who's that? Actually, would be handy. I haven't thought about it. How is the family watching? Have one of you helped?
Yeah, well, Carlton has helped. Well, I've got a box sorted. So,
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that'll fit probably majority, around 20 in there, and then tickets the other way, a few mates and whatnot.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So that should be a good day.
Best of luck to both of you. I hope you both play well.
Right.
It's tough to both play well.
I know.
Well,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Perfect.
Looking forward
Thanks,
to it.
mate.
Good luck.
Can't
Dino.
wait.
You need it, mate.
Go well, man.
Next time you hear from us will be after the game. Exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. Go Dons.
Right. Go Blues.
Bang.